My name is Kithure Kindiki. On behalf of the UDA and the Kenya Kwanza Coalition, Mr. Chairman, we want to state that we have full confidence in the Commission and the returning officer of the presidential election. Mr. Chairman, thank you for giving us this opportunity. We have been represented here since 8 o'clock, and we've been updated that our team has raised most of the issues that we wanted to raise. I only require, now that the presidential candidate is here in person on his behalf, you allow us 3 minutes, which I will share 2, and 1 member will share 1, and we'll finalize our submission. Mr. Chairman, we will be writing to you formally later today. I hear our counterparts, our competitors had also written to you, the Azimio group. We'll also be writing to you later today on the number of technical issues and operational issues which we think need to be addressed urgently. The one thing that we'll request in that letter is an urgent response, because we only have 4 or 5 weeks left and we need to be ready. Among the issues, Mr. Chairman, is the issue of the KPMG audit of the register. The gaps that were identified, we want to know them in the spirit of the transparency of the electoral process, both before, during, and after. We'd like to know what those gaps were and whether they have been addressed satisfactorily, because that is very critical. Secondly, if we could even have a copy of that report, because I think they are auditing a public process. It should not be a secret. It should be available even to the media, so that we know what gaps exist, when they will be addressed, and so forth and so on. Number 2, Mr. Chairman, with regard to the loading of the data into the KIEBS, I don't know at what point the agents of the various parties will be allowed to, at least, I know it's a huge process, transferring the manual register into the KIEBS and loading the KIEBS is a very huge and burdensome process. But the agents of the candidates can be allowed to at least sample or have access to that process, again, just for assurances that everything is okay, so that we are sure whatever is loaded electronically is consistent with what would be available manually. Thirdly, the visit to the printer, I think also should be, of course it's our business to organize, but we need facilitation from your side in terms of timelines, so that we also arrange for visas and tickets for our team who wants to go and see and visit the plant, and maybe synchronize with our competitors, so that we again don't put on the commission with a separate visit. Thirdly, we are a bit dissatisfied with the response the commission has given on the issue of geofencing of the KIEBS kits. Extremely dissatisfied. We raised it in our letter. We'll say why. Because the fact that you have said this KIEBS kit, serial number this, is assigned to a polling center this, is not enough. Because the transmission of results can take place in a nearby forest and still within the same location. So there is need for the place where that transmission will take place to be controlled to the best possible location in terms of georeferences. Finally, we have a general issue on compliance by the players in the presidential campaign with the electoral code of conduct, which every candidate signed. We've seen incidents of inter-party violence and intra-party violence. We have had an incident in Jacaranda where our rally was disrupted violently. We have also seen our competitors had issues in Marsabit among themselves, in Marsabit, in Garissa, in Mandera. It's worrying. Our view is that although the Commission does not have prosecution powers, because we saw your statement, but I'm sure there is something you can do, including warnings or whatever other method you can use to enforce that code of conduct so that the election is peaceful. I'll donate 1 minute to Moses Kuria, a member of the team. And half a minute for you, and you won't have a minute. And we were also, that our friends spoke a lot. So there's need for balance of airtime. 1 minute for Moses Kuria, 1 minute for Veronica Maina.
I just do the minute, please. We need to move on to the next issue.